Welcome to Royal Gorge Anglers and our in-shop report. This is Taylor Edrington, owner and operator. I just want to give you guys and gals a good update for the river here in the month of August. Basically we're looking at an extremely productive fishery, one that I've really not seen, at least of this caliber. This year's been a very productive year as far as fish growth, habitat, and hatch growth. I've seen some hatches that I had not seen for close to a decade this year just because of the water conditions. So still an extremely productive fishery and should be through August, especially with this cooler weather and kind of monsoon season that we're experiencing, really keeping the river cool and at temperatures where it should be, as well as facilitating nice weather in the morning and evening for hatches and spinner falls. And so we're maintaining a great dry fly fishery as well. As far as flows go, we're going to maintain right in that 300 to 350 cubic feet per second category from Wellsville down on the premier stretches of the Arkansas River through Canyon City, as well as up to the Wellsville region. So we should experience those flows from here through the fall season, which is a great flow for wading really anywhere on the river, and you can expect that to maintain probably through October. We should see water temps pretty consistent and start to drop in early September as we start to get those cooler nights upriver, which we're already starting to see a little bit of a dip there. And so temperature should be great for us. As far as hatches go, we're still seeing even some yellow sallies on this lower end of the river, although those have pretty much fizzled. We're still seeing a lot of hoppers, and so hopper dropper action is great. Really specifically suggest hopper dropper fishing from the time period of 10 to about 4 p.m. along with some nymphing techniques. But your dry fly fishing is going to be early and late, although I have seen some good localized and more sporadic hatches during the middle of the day, which is a little bit of a change for us in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So we should see the PMDs and red quills maintain as far as proliferation goes there. PMD spinnerfall in the morning, red quills in the morning as well. And we've seen hatches so big, you get on the river and at about 7:30 when our guides get on the water, hatches so big that you literally cannot breathe on the edges of the river, and fish really keying into them, especially up those edges. And so, PMDs, red quills, and stuff of that nature will be your go-to hatch matcher, and I'll show you some patterns that we suggest. Other than that, like I said, stay with your hopper dropper fishing, and if you need to nymph, focus on a little bit smaller yellow sally nymphs and golden stones on top with your same droppers that I'm going to suggest for your hopper dropper rigs, like red copper johns and 2-bit hookers. Those are going to be a mainstay through the month of October. The only thing we're really going to change at that point is some good streamer and wet fly fishing. So as far as dries go, let's start with hopper dropper stuff. And like I said, these droppers will be applicable for nymph rigs as well. But let's start out on the dry. The dry that I like the most is a size 12 red tippy stomper. This is going to be one of of my premier lead attractors, whether I'm fishing from a boat or whether I'm fishing, walk wade guiding. So that is a big fly, big white wing that you can see from a mile away and even up to dark. Another fly that I really like during this time period that tends to be a really great producer is the Moorish hopper. The Moorish hopper is a little more slender profile, tan. We sell both the tan and the chartreuse. They're both good colors, but really very buoyant and a good lead fly as far as attractors go. And then when we get into droppers, more specifically, I like certain patterns like that are more pheasant tail-esque. The scuba nymph is basically a pheasant tail on a scud hook with a big wing and some little micro legs. Great fly, great emerger type of red quill imitation. The standby, red copper john, hard to beat, really is, in a size 16 and 18 on this river. Like I said, you can throw that both below those droppers, below those hopper patterns I suggested, or attractor patterns, and or you can throw it behind a little bigger yellow Sally or golden stone nymph, like a size 12 or 14 iron Sally, which continues to be one of our #1 producing flies on this river. Then as far as dries go, another good dropper if you like to do a double dry, and if I'm running a double dry, I like to run something very visible on the front. So let's go back and take a quick look at that hippie stomper. You know, that hippie stomper is going to be a great lead fly that I can see very well. And then I'll throw a variety of droppers, dry droppers underneath. One may be a smaller hopper pattern, like a baby boy hopper, Charlie Craven's pattern. Another may be a hatch matcher dry, and more, in most cases I will focus on the hatch matchers. So those being red quills and PMDs during this time period. And so a quill body red quill parachute is going to be a great fly for you. A spinner, as far as the spinner goes, a hen wing red quill spinner is going to be a great fly. And then as far as PMDs go, I like my PMD Film Critic in a size 16 or 18. Is just a pure PMD dry, or a Sprout PMD, which is just a little bit smaller profile. So those are some patterns to focus on, and I would really suggest the double dry rig early and late, and like I said, even some dry fly action during the middle of the day right now, which is terrific. And then hopper dropper, and if you need to, a little bit of nymphing during the middle of the day. Other than that, fishing is just tremendous, and like I said, I haven't seen consistent fishing like this in probably a decade. So continue to get down to the Arkansas. We've had some beautiful days here. It will be cooler here in the next coming month, and next few weeks should be getting cooler and cooler, and just beautiful river and very easily wadeable right now. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at toll-free at 888-994-6743, or shoot us an email at info@royalgorgeanglers.com. Again, my name's Taylor, owner and operator, and thank you so much for viewing our fishing report, and we hope to see you in the fly shop soon. And please have a great day on the water and an enjoyable fishing adventure on your next trip here. Thanks so much.